Alyssa, and welcome back to another episode of the Junior Senior Baking Show. Today our two contestants are going to be making a one-bowl chocolate cake with Rocky Road frosting. Our contestants are Whitney Michaels and Elizabeth Carter. Hello Whitney, what do you do for a living?
I currently attend the North Dakota State University in the Department of Arts, and I work a part-time job on campus in a bakery.
What are some of your hobbies other than baking?
I enjoy theater and interpretive dance.
And how long have you been baking for?
Since I was about 4 years old.
Thank you. Hello Elizabeth. Elizabeth,
Hi, Alyssa.
what do you do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4 beautiful children.
What are some of your hobbies other than baking?
Well, I love Netflix, but when I'm not watching Netflix, I like to walk my dog and read.
And how long have you been baking for?
Oh, I'd say about 40 years now.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1, begin.
I thought we could maybe have a little chat while we were baking. Maybe you're not as confident as I thought you were.
Maybe I'm focused. Ugh, it's not coming out.
I see you're very closely reading the instructions, Elizabeth.
Yes, I feel like it's a good thing to be precise when you're baking. You don't want to miss any steps. Okay, now I'm going to add the milk. It's a little messy. Here you go, Whitney, in case you'd like a spoon for anything. Okay, adding the vanilla. Heat the electric mixer on low speed. I've had this KitchenAid mixer for about 25 years. Still going strong.
Hasn't quite been 2 minutes yet.
While you're waiting for this to mix, is there any troubles you've had with the recipe?
Well, not so far, thankfully. I just realized I had to mix for 2 minutes, so I need to keep an eye on my watch. And, other than that, I guess the shortening was kind of hard to get out of the bowl, but everything seems to be going smoothly.
I mean, yes, both of you look like you still have ingredients left in your bowls.
Oh, I forgot my watch. I hope I'm counting 2 minutes correctly.
Those eggs look a little messy there.
Well, aren't they always?
Oh my goodness, that hits the 5-minute mark.
I like to break my eggs into a bowl in case any shells land in there, so I don't have them in my mix. Do you do that too, Whitney?
No, I just break them on the edge. It's so much faster.
Oh wow, you must be really confident.
Well, your strategy is very good, but yours is, I guess, more time efficient.
Okay. I'll beat for 2 more minutes. Must be nice having that machine do all that work for you, huh, Whitney?
It is. Hopefully your arms doesn't get tired of going to this. I know they're a bit old, so.
This smells delicious.
That smells good.
I wasn't prepared. I needed a spatula. Oh no, it spilled.
Oh, here, let me help you with that.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, looks like we're neck and neck.
Here, up to you.
I don't know about this grease though. A little bit concerned. Well, I'll just hope for the best.
It'll come out real easy.
Oh
Ooh, this is thick batter.
It is pretty thick.
Oh my goodness, I've never made a cake with such thick batter before.
no.
It
Well,
sure
you might have
does.
overmixed
It
it.
sure does smell good. Kind of reminds me of a visit to Starbucks.
It does smell a little odd.
Mine seems to smell fine. I'm not sure what's happening with hers. Because she's old.
And she forgets a lot.
Yeah, that's what people do.
Oh goodness, that grease does look a little funny. 1 hour and 45 minutes left, everyone.
All right. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I want to get more of this batter in there.
It
Alyssa, could you get? Oh wait, I'll just use a spoon here. Would you like another spoon with
I think I'm alright.
me? Okay.
Is it okay if I unplug your mixer, Elizabeth?
Thanks, Alyssa.
Both of yours have different consistencies from each other.
Hers looks darker.
Back when I was younger, we would have tasted it, but they say now that it's dangerous to eat raw eggs, so I won't do that.
I'll probably end up tasting mine.
Okay, and into the oven first. Wow, I'm never usually first at anything.
That's because you're old and slow.
Do you mind if I use the timer, Whitney, since you have a watch timer? Okay, thanks.
Well, she's about to start. It would be nice if you waited for her, maybe.
Did you put yours in the top or the bottom?
Alright. Always be extra careful when putting things in the oven so you don't burn yourself.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
All
start. All right, next.
I'll get something going on mine.
Okay, this is their ingredients for their Rocky Road chocolate frosting. They're going to be starting very soon, but right now they're just getting their recipes. I see we have almonds, marshmallows, chocolate, butter, and then their utensils. And oh, I see we have some extra marshmallows over there. That looks very nice.
Okay, time to make the frosting. Oh boy, this is the part I'm worried about. I never make frosting on the stovetop.
Oh, Alyssa, would you like to try some of my batter?
Oh, sure.
How is it?
Oh, it's delectable.
Thank you.
Whoa, this is scary for me. 1 ounce of unsweetened chocolate. Oh, sorry. Is it distracting if I talk out loud, Whitney?
No, it's alright.
Do you have any new strategies for making this?
Well, I'm just going to try not to burn it because I'm really worried about that.
Well, that's a very nice idea. Did you know if you need any water? Because I don't want those marshmallows to burn, you know.
Well, it's not in the recipe.
Well, I think it
Okay.
says water right there.
Well, I
2
haven't
tablespoons
I
water.
haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay, there goes my 1 ounce of chocolate. I think I better turn this down to low. And now 2 tablespoons of butter. And 2 tablespoons of water.
It seems like you're working very quickly.
Water.
Well, let's hope so. I'm hoping that if I cut up chocolate into real tiny pieces, it'll melt faster.
Alyssa, I'd like to ask you for that tablespoon measuring in the drawer so I can get the water.
Just the blue one.
Okay, thank you.
And
2 tablespoons of water.
have here? Oh, I have this one for you.
Oh, Alyssa can have this, or Whitney can have this one. Here you go, Whitney. When you're ready for the water. Okay.
It looks like both of you are neck and neck for
I
ingredients.
have all the ingredients. Oh boy, look at this. Oh, this looks good. Butter, marshmallows, chocolate, Rocky Road. Do you like Rocky Road ice cream, Whitney?
Well, I guess it's all right, but I don't particularly like chocolate ice cream. It just kind of tastes bland.
Okay. Rocky Road's one of my favorite ice creams. Alright, so for the next step in the frosting, I need to sift 1.25 cups of powdered sugar. So this is the sifter. It works better if you just bang it. Yeah.
Oh my, that looks very melted.
That was
Oh,
1/4 cup.
goodness, that is a little...
A half
Do you
a
think
cup.
it's melted? I mean, Whitney, sorry. Your frosting looks to be coming along very well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to wait till everything's nice and melted.
Yes, it does look very melted. Very different from Elizabeth's. We still have full marshmallows in there almost.
Oh, good point.
I mean, it's fine. It's supposed to be Rocky Road.
It seemed melted, but you make a good point. Well, after I finish sifting the flour, I think I'll melt it a little more.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Whitney, are you ready for the flour in the sifter?
I think I am, but
Okay.
I think you mean powdered sugar.
Oh, yes, powdered sugar. Oh, sorry. I am forgetful.
Oops. These are tricky.
Here you go, Whitney.
Thank you.
Well, Alyssa seems to have given me a little clue that I need to melt my marshmallows more.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be Rocky Road, and I have never had
Well-
this, so I don't really know who's right.
You were right, the butter melted. It does say until marshmallows and chocolate melt. So
But
you're
it's
right,
supposed to
it
be
wasn't
Rocky
melted.
Road anyway.
Yeah, I think it might be fun to have some sort of texture in the frosting, actually.
I mean, I think it would be fine because you're going to put in more marshmallows anyway. So you might as well leave them and not waste your time.
So, I have melted all my initial ingredients, the 1 ounce of unsweetened chocolate, the marshmallows, and the butter and the water, and now it's supposed to sit for 5 minutes. Now I'm not sure if I'm supposed to stop stirring it, so I'm just stirring it a little bit, and then I'll wait a few more minutes.
Whitney, what are you doing?
Currently, I'm trying to get through sifting all this powdered sugar, which is proving difficult. I think the sifter is kind of broken. I think the base of my frosting looks pretty good. I followed the instructions, so it's just cooling for 5 minutes now, and just working on the next steps.
All right, you have 1 hour and 40 minutes remaining, and that includes cooling the cake as well.
Oh, that's right. Okay, thank goodness I have this timer going.
I noticed the recipe said to beat the powdered sugar into the frosting, so I think I need to clean my beaters so I can reuse them. Whitney, did you know you need to reuse your electric mixer?
Oh, I didn't know that, but I think I'll find a way to do it without the mixer.
Okay.
I think she'd be fine with just using a regular whisk.
Yeah, I'll give it up now.
The beauty one.
I think I'll do one and this one. This is a good measure.
I am going to add 1 cup sifted powdered sugar and vanilla. Okay, here we go.
Elizabeth.
I think this is gonna fly all over the place.
What step are you on?
So I'm gonna do this really slowly. It says to add it all, so here I go. Wow, that's a lot of sugar. Seems like more than a quarter.
It's taking forever to sift this.
And 1 teaspoon vanilla. I'm gonna have to estimate. I don't have a measuring spoon. I hope that's about right. Oh, got it in my eyes. Here we go, Whitney. You'll need that later.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Beat until smooth. Watch out, everybody. I'm afraid. I'm gonna try to wet this first before I start the beater. I think it's just gonna fly everywhere. Oh boy. But it does say to beat, so that means using the mixer. Here I go.
That doesn't solidify.
Okay, not so bad.
We are 25 minutes in, everyone.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Suddenly it looks like frosting. Oh, what do you think? I think this looks pretty good.
What step are you at right now?
Well, I think I'm going to be adding powdered sugar and vanilla into my frosting base.
Okay.
Hopefully nothing goes too wrong.
Would you like a funnel or something? That looks a little small, I mean.
I think I'll just use this spoon. Hopefully it'll be okay. Oops!
Oh boy. I'm adding my extra marshmallows. I think I'll add a little
Goodness,
extra.
this is kind of difficult to do. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to do that. This is just really difficult for me.
I see.
You know, weak arms and all.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yours looks very good, but I also like the way yours looks.
thank you.
I think this is all going to be very sweet with all the sugar and marshmallows.
Yeah, hopefully the cake won't be as sweet, and then everything will kind of balance out.
I mean, I guess nuts are good.
Oh yeah. Right. 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
I usually don't like nuts in baked goods, but the recipe calls for it, so I'm gonna include these.
Seems like quite a bit of vanilla there. Not sure what I think about that. All right. Looks like I'm gonna have to find a way to mix this.
Here it goes, my last ingredient.
You can use the I know.
And a little extra powdered sugar.
Okay. Start whisking this.
Alyssa, would you give Whitney this good knife chopping knife?
I think
Not chopping knife, I mean.
here you go.
I don't know if mine is gonna be as well mixed.
Well,
Oh,
you can turn back on the
boy.
heat.
Hopefully it's still okay.
This is tough to mix. Wow, look at that, Alyssa.
Very good.
I wonder if turning back on the heat would be a good idea. I don't think it says.
We're gonna need some
Yeah,
wire
I'll stick with the
wax.
recipe.
It's time to test my cake. I smell a little bit of a burning smell, so I definitely don't want to do that.
Hopefully my cake's not burning.
Oops.
I better check right after.
Oh, still looks kind of liquidy in the middle though.
They've been going
It's probably not ready.
20 minutes.
Definitely not ready. It's wet. I wonder what that burning smell is.
I gotta check my cake.
Are we sure no one's burning their almonds in their...
Oh yeah, I don't think mine's quite ready either. Definitely not ready. Okay.
All right, everyone, there is 1 hour and 30 minutes remaining.
That looks delicious, Whitney.
Thank you. All right, looks like I have to add another half cup of these. Not sure what I think about that. That's quite a lot.
Well, I think this looks pretty good, but I don't know what the other judges are gonna think when they see it.
Judges? You didn't say anything about judges.
Well, yes, after you guys are done, there are gonna be 2 guest judges coming in to help me judge your cakes.
Who are they? Or,
Uh-oh.
gosh.
Well, we don't know yet. They're surprise guest judges.
Oh, okay.
But I know they're very popular.
Oh, no. Well, actually, I'm glad I didn't know. I think I would have been more nervous during the baking process.
Whitney, how are you feeling that she was very far ahead of you?
I think I'm feeling okay because we're basically at the same point now, and personally, I think my frosting looks a lot better than hers does. A lot smoother, you know, so, you know, hopefully I just win in flavor.
I mean, I guess it might not be that good of an idea to just let the spatula sit in there because it might form a weird shape where, you know, chocolate might harden before the cake gets out.
We'll have to see.
There's less than a minute left on all your cakes. You better hurry up if you're not finished yet. Everyone, your cakes are done. You better see if they're ready.
Okay. I'll be checking mine first because mine went in first. Here you go, Whitney.
Thank you.
All right, let's.
Well, Elizabeth, you do have to consider that it is a chocolate cake, so it's gonna look darker than another cake would.
All right, I guess they're taking over their cake stands now. It looks like Laura has a pre-made cake stand, while Elizabeth had to do some thinking for her homemade cake stand.
Whitney, I hate to say it, but your cake looks a little rough.
Well, you know, unlike yours, mine is actually a rocky road, so.
I mean, that was a pretty good joke. All right, as you can see by the timer, we have just under an hour left. How much time do you guys think you'll need to keep cooling your cakes?
Well,
I'd say at least 10 more minutes.
yeah, that seems about right.
Well, I would say, are you going to be decorating on here or once it's on your cake stand?
I haven't decided yet, Alyssa. What do you think I should do?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you would like to decorate your cake. If you're just doing it on top, I think it'd be fine to do it on here. But if you're going to be doing it on the sides, I don't really want you to ruin your cake stand with a bunch of extra frosting, you know?
Especially if it's gonna be like decorated on the sides. It's probably a good idea to do it on there because it's gonna be pretty messy.
Yeah, that's true.
Are there any extra things you're going to put on for decoration other than like extra marshmallows?
I might possibly put more almonds on mine, but I'm not sure quite yet.
I mean, I know we have chocolate sauce.
I don't think I'm going to add anything extra.
Yeah, I find that chocolate sauce in the bottle isn't very good.
Okay, that sounds nice. I'll leave you to it. Hello, Greg.
Hi there.
Why are you qualified to judge this baking competition?
Well, as the owner of Carter Caters, I feel qualified to judge this competition because I like cake and I'm very judgy.
And what are you most famous for baking related, other than your company?
My meatballs.
Well, that sounds very nice.
Hi, Alyssa.
Yes, that is my name. What are some of your hobbies other than baking?
Well, I like lawyering.
So you're a lawyer?
I am a lawyer, indeed.
Why are you qualified to judge this baking competition?
Well, my ex-wife actually got second place in shop one time.
Oh, well, that sounds very
I know.
nice. Your ex-wife?
Yes.
Why is she your ex-wife?
I found out that she was cooking with another man.
Oh, that doesn't sound very nice.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice interview. It was nice to find something out about you, and we'll see you when we're ready to have the cakes judged.
Woo!
Thank you. I think Elizabeth looks a little bit better right now, just because she's more fully finished, I guess.
Well, you know, I'm hoping that in the end mine looks much better because Really, I think she should have spread out her frosting a lot more. They're just gonna get a ton of frosting when they're eating, their first bite, and then once they're finishing up, it's gonna be like nothing left.
I mean, there is only 13 minutes left, so I think Whitney might end up in a little bit of a time crunch.
I'll stop there. Whitney, you've inspired me. I decided I needed to make mine look a little more rocky. So I'm gonna add these almonds. What do you think, Whitney? Good idea?
Sure, looks great.
I'm just worried that the judges won't like how big the pieces are. Oops.
Well, the pieces on mine are pretty good, so
Kind
are
of
pretty
almonds.
big, so I guess you'll we'll both be in the same boat.
Would you like some almonds too, Whitney?
No, I'm alright. I'm
No,
trying
I
to.
think this is not in the right spot.
My frosting.
Okay.
As the
Done.
time progresses
You're
in this competition, everything gets more fierce. Also, I eat more marshmallows.
Yes, I can eat now too. I'm done.
Alright. Whatever you say.
We should do that. Laura, what's happening over here?
Trying to just like dollop out some frosting all over so I can get a nice even spread,
Whitney, what's your plan there?
Well, I'm just trying to make sure every piece of cake has basically an equal amount of frosting.
Oh, okay. Those nuts look really large. I don't know
Yeah,
about that.
well, they're mostly bite sized. So.
You have a big mouth.
Well, I think our judges do, so should be all right.
There is under 10 minutes remaining for our two contestants. I know Elizabeth is already finished, but what about Whitney? Whitney, are you under a bit of a time crunch right now?
I guess I am. I'm really not sure what the judges are gonna think.
I've decided to take up a new hobby, North American birds, with my extra time. Just saying.
Well, I'm sure that'll be a waste of your time, but you can.
Oh, I saw this one today, the house wren. This lives near my house.
Really?
Oh, where do you live?
I live in Pennsylvania, and the chickadee, of course. They've come back for the spring.
Oh yes, the chick.
Chickadees.
Okay, I'll put this back. Whitney, that's looking great.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure at first.
But now you're obviously sarcastic. I mean, sure.
It really does look like a rocky road.
Okay, cool.
3, 2, 1. You are finished. Good job. How do you feel about how you did?
I feel good. Tentatively confident.
I think I really pulled it together in like the last few minutes there, so I'm confident as well.
Nice job, Whitney.
Thank you.
All right, I'll bring in the judges if you could move cakes to the table over there, and we will judge.
Okay.
So, how do you think it should look? What do you think? There's also going to be Rocky Road frosting. Do you think they would put it on just the top or the sides as well? You can go first.
I guess I think it would be fun to see a cake in a bowl. It might even have like a mountain coming out of the bowl and like a rocky road going up the sides and around.
Yes, I think it should look like a cake with Rocky Road icing, and powdered sugar on top of it. Very plain, very simple, but it should taste good.
So, you're depending more on flavor than presentation?
Yes, I do not necessarily like chocolate cake, so it'll be difficult for them to make me actually like it.
What about you? Are you going more on presentation or more on flavor?
Well, it depends on the judging criteria, but I think I certainly enjoy a good piece of cake, and I'm very judgy.
Ah, yes. Well, I am not very qualified, so How do you think we should judge this cake? More on flavor or more on presentation? All right, based on what you've heard, how do you think we should judge this cake?
We'll award 1 point if it's edible, 2 points for presentation, 2 points for flavor, taste, and scrumptiousness, and up to 3 points for that X factor.
All right, well, I think they're almost done, so I better go see. Thank you. All right, as you already know, I'm a judge, so let's bring in our next judge, Judge Greg. Come on in. All right, that's your seat right there. And our next judge, Judge Jason. You're gonna be sitting right here. All right. Okay, so let's judge on presentation. Whose do you think looks better, just from right now?
Well, I think they both look alright, but I'm not sure what's going on with the stand over here on this cake number B. Yeah, what do you think, Judge Greg?
Well, I do enjoy cake is extra features and delightfulness on the sides, and I'd say there's a somewhat inornate appearance to cake B with its exposed sides.
Judge Greg, care to elaborate what inornate means?
Oh, without elaborateness.
Ah, there you go.
I also like how, well, they're very different. This one is more simplistic, and this one has much more going on. All right, are we serving our own pieces of cake, or is someone gonna come do that? With that big of a piece, oh
Well, it
my.
looks like it's a bit hard to cut into. That thickness might be a problem.
Oh, what is that
Oh, right on
white
top of the
stuff
almond
on the
there.
bottom?
Didn't calculate for that, did you?
Oh goodness, there's a lot of just random white stuff.
Don't give them pieces that are too big. You want them to be able to finish.
No, I don't. I want to not finish this cake ever.
Well, that is a very small piece.
Well, it's certainly servable.
Yes, looks servable. Although there's no points for that.
Judge Greg? Whitney, isn't he cute?
Sure.
It is cute, yes. Very cute.
Thank you, Judge Greg.
I think she's fangirling over you.
Ooh, fangirl.
Alyssa?
Thank you. You're very focused, Elizabeth.
Judge
All right.
Please enjoy.
Okay, I'm going to smell. Oh, you don't use a fork. I see. Tastes like cake, I'm guessing.
Well, definitely passes the
Edible.
edible test, that is true.
I think.
What's
I
that?
think
Oh,
there's-
marshmallow in the icing. I didn't realize that.
That's why it's called Rocky Road icing.
Wow.
A bit crumbly, not too moist.
The frosting's a bit thick though. I can kind of pull it apart and hold it like a bouncy ball a little bit. Oh, that's because it's a marshmallow.
Oh,
But it does have a fine mouthfeel, all things considered.
I agree.
The thickness, the crumbliness, the meshing and merging in my mouth.
I think the flavor's a bit too deep, personally.
How's the
There's-
flavor deep?
There's a bit too much going on. I mean, there's chocolate, but then there's also something else that I can't try. Oh, there's a dog under the table. Didn't expect that to happen.
Oh, we are looking for that X factor.
I mean, that is a very good X factor. But I don't know, there's just chocolate, and that's already deep, but there is some pieces of unmelted chocolate in here that I can taste. Do you see it right in here at his top?
Oh yes, I see.
Just a chunk of unmelted chocolate.
I don't have any.
Oh gosh, that was a whole almond.
Uh-oh.
I do have
That was
one.
not a bite-sized almond.
Maybe for your tiny mouth.
That surprised my mouth. That's X factor.
I think I'm finished.
Well, I'm ready to cleanse my palate and check out cake A.
Do we have milk?
I'll take that from you.
Oh, good service. Wow.
Thank you, judges. Thank you for your critiques.
Y factor there.
Alright, looks like it's my turn. So,
Whitney.
yeah.
Ooh, it seems more moist than cake B.
Oh, can I get a middle piece?
Sure, sure.
Cut a hole out of the center.
It looks very moist.
Delicious, delectable, yeah.
Wow, it sounded like a wet sponge.
Oh, my favorite.
What? Ah, yes, wet sponge cake.
Judge Jason.
Where's my fork?
Oh yeah, we need forks.
If I
One
could,
moment. You have to wait to eat.
I'm waiting.
Manners.
Jason.
Judge Margaret.
Oh.
And
Excuse me, everybody.
Judge Gray.
Thank you.
Alright.
Let's
Oh.
begin.
Nuts.
Wow. Not nuts. Yeah, that's right. Wow.
This is delectable. It's nice and moist.
It's almost like our chefs followed the same recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a full mushroom.
There's a certain depth of rich chocolate character here.
Wow. I kind of like this cake for its I'm struggling to find the word here. The ratio between cake and icing on this one I think is just a little bit better, but also it's more nutty.
And less overwhelming sweetness. Although, it's still pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there definitely are more nuts in this one, but I think they also are in better, more bite-sized pieces, because in this other one, there was just, whole almonds.
Judge Jason, that's quite an interesting way to eat.
I mean, at least he used his fork. Last time he didn't even use the fork.
And if you're deciding, you're having trouble making a decision, judges, you can always go back for more of this cake or more of mine.
I'm just eating chocolate.
Yeah, I like the additional pieces of chocolate here. You could eat at any point. Oh, what's in here?
A nut.
There's not.
All
There's
right.
nuts in the chocolate.
I think we should get to the judging now.
Wasn't that what we just did?
Like the final judging.
Oh, the result.
All right. Well, we're gonna need to discuss on our own. So if you could just leave the room. No. Oh, you ate all of the cake.
Yeah, why would I not? Yeah, why would I not? It's cake.
What if we have notes?
All right. You two contestants may leave the room while we discuss. All right. So I think they were both pretty edible. What do you both have to say?
I'd say I agree.
Yes.
1 point for edibility.
All right. What was the next one about?
Well, really we were going for flavor, taste, character, and so forth in the olfactory and taste dimensions.
I would agree that I'm not agreeing with anything. I would claim that this one had a bitter taste by just a little bit.
Bitter,
So,
better.
Bitter better.
Bitter, better? I would say there was a slight burntness or edginess to I think some of the almonds maybe came through.
Yes.
And here there was actually maybe too much dryness. So
Yes.
I'm inclined to say they're both sort of a 1 on taste.
I would
There's
agree. Yes.
really no depth of flavor, nothing that shone forward. Just you got what you got in the first bite, and that was the same thing
Yes,
in every
yes.
bite.
All right, so they both have 2 points.
2 points each.
All right, what about what was the next one?
Presentation. Yeah.
I mean, I really liked how cake A had little pieces of chocolate, but I also liked that cake B was more simplistic.
Yes, they were both very. They had their own unique style, and I would say that they both looked pretty good, actually. Other than the janky setup under this one. But
So
what can you
yeah,
do?
I'm inclined to say that Cake A has that authentic Rocky Road look, the rough terrain, and Cake B though lacks any sort of thing like that. It's just these unfinished, like, did she run out of icing? What happened here?
Yes.
Why is it exposed? Why are things uneven
Side.
around the bake? So really hard for me to say. I'm inclined to give Cake A 2 points on presentation and just 1 point for Cake B.
I think that's fair to say. All right, and the last one is X Factor. We can have up to 3 points for this.
Up to 3 points for X Factor. Well, we got the dog under the table, but I'm failing to find any X Factor at all.
Exactly. The only X factor I got was a nice almond to the roof of my mouth,
Well, what
which
I
is
thought,
3 points.
what I thought for X Factor on this one was, this is like the beach and like seashells, and seashells are pretty rocky. You know, the beach is rocky. Also, I can tell that she might have had a rocky time putting the icing on the cake. But other than that, I can't really find anything. So I would say probably 0 for both of them.
0 points for X Factor. All right, judges, are we ready to bring in our contestants?
We're ready.
All right.
Go, Margaret. Go.
All right. If we could have the contestants come in, please.
Good luck, Whitney.
Good luck.
Let's hold hands.
Okay. Well, it was definitely a close call. It was only 1 point off, even though there was only a chance to get points. It was one point off. We don't really know who was Cake A and who was Cake B, but we have decided that Cake A is the winner.
Just this one.
Is that yours?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Good job, Whitney.
Golf clap, golf clap.
Oh, you deserve it. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, bye, guys.
And after your prize, you can eat your cake.
Yay. All right, goodbye. Hope you had a fun time watching Junior Senior Baking Bowl. Bye-bye.